Hi, I'm Bill Squire for Forum 216, and I'm here to answer a bunch of questions today that are going to let you know who I really am. Do I have a secret talent? I do. It's not so much of a secret anymore, but I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And so now I like showing it off. I'll even do it on stage when I'm doing comedy sometimes. I'll kind of rip off jokes, not like steal jokes, but like I'll tell jokes while I'm solving the Rubik's Cube. And it's pretty fun to do. And people get impressed by it. And it's silly. It's a fun thing to do. What's the most ridiculous thing I believed as a kid? I believed a lot of ridiculous things as a kid because I grew up Mormon. So all of that, but aside from all that Mormon stuff, I really believed that I could be a professional athlete, even though I didn't even start on the like city league teams. To have the belief in myself that I was like, okay, maybe I'm not good now, but when I'm bigger, I'm going to be better was just a wild, it was good to have that kind of confidence, but it's also crazy to think like, yeah, you're just going to somehow get good at this when you're not even good enough to start. What's wrong with you? What would you do if you won the lottery? I would do a lot. I definitely want to do like the basic things. I want to travel. I want to, get a nice place to live. Nothing crazy though. I'm more minimalist in that sense. But a lot of things I'd want to do would be community things. Like I'd want to help the community. I want to make sure kids have places to go to be safe and have fun and learn. I want, I pay for lunches. I take care of animals. Stuff like that is really once you have unlimited money, like that's what I'd want it to go to. I'd want to build the arts community. Stuff like that is really more important to me than having a bunch of jewelry or a big house or cars or stuff like that. I like to build up my community. Who is someone you haven't forgiven? That's a tough one because I'm actually pretty big on forgiveness. I don't hold grudges. I know there's a lot of people out there they take pride in holding a grudge, but I don't. But if I had to name someone that I haven't forgiven, it would probably be Major League Baseball for the rain delay in 2016 against the Cubs because we had it. We had it. We had it. What's your favorite food spot in the city? Here in Cleveland, there's so much good food. And I'm gonna go with something a little bit blue collar compared to what other people are probably saying, because I know there's great restaurants like Cordelia and Larder and stuff like that. But for my money and what I like, I'm going to Mr. Hero whenever I can. I love Mr. Hero. Uh, a Roman burger, and I think they have cheesesteaks that can rival any cheesesteak in the country. A hot buttered cheesesteak from Mr. Hero and a Roman burger is all I need to feel good for a little while, then feel bad for a little while. What show are you currently watching? Righteous Gemstones. That's my favorite show right now. I love that show. It is absurd. It's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of heart. It's just a really well done show, and it's coming to the end. And I love that show. I watch it every Sunday at 10 o'clock when it comes on. I'm like sitting there ready for it with my popcorn, just like, let's go. And I like watching it by myself because if someone talks during a show like that, I'll get furious. I remember I used to date this girl and I was watching Game of Thrones and I'm watching it when I have time to, and she's just talking and telling me stories about her work and stuff like that. I'm like, this is not, I don't want to hear this right now. Shut up. Shut up. Just want just want to watch my show. I don't even watch a lot of TV, so like give me my hour. It's an hour. Shut up. How many pairs of shoes do you own? I own around 170 pairs of shoes. I started collecting shoes in 2019, and then during the pandemic, I went all in. That was like my hobby to keep me sane during the pandemic. So I just really started buying a lot of shoes. I love Jordans. I love Reebok. I like all the throwback stuff. A lot of the newer stuff isn't really my style, but retro Jordans and Reebok and Adidas and Puma has some real good silhouettes. And then I like a good collab, but I'm not like the collab guy that likes designer stuff. That's not for me. That's not really my vibe. But when they do like a collab with like the Simpsons or Futurama or anything kind of more pop culture, those are the collabs that I'm into. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have done some sick collabs and that I've wanted and I haven't been able to get my hands on over the years. But those are definitely like I love shoes. I got a ton. What's your favorite pair of shoes all time. So this is kind of a tough question for me because I love shoes so much. It's hard to narrow it down to one because there's silhouettes that I love, like the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 4. Those are my top silhouettes. Then there's one-off shoes that just are so good by themselves that I have to move them up the ranks too. So if I'm just talking like straight sneaker all time, it is a Jordan 4 Bread is up there. But also Jordan 5 Grape is the first Jordan I ever saw in real life. And so that's, my cousin had that. So that's one that I have always loved. So I'm going to go Jordan 5 Grape, all-time favorite sneaker. And that's the sneaker I wore at my comedy special that I filmed at the Agora in 2023. And that was a cool moment and a nice tribute to my cousin who passed when he was younger. So that was a beautiful moment. But then, like, as far as collabs go, I have a Super Mario Brothers 1 Puma that's so sick. It's got in the insole, like it looks like a old NES controller, and then it's got Bowser in one insole and Mario on the other insole at the end of the game where they're, when you're trying to beat Bowser and jump over and get the key, and oh, it's the best. So that's probably my favorite collab that I have. And then I have some other sweet collabs. I have like a Simpson one that it looks like their couch in the Simpsons, like their living room. So it's like pink and brown, and it's just like crazy colorways. And it matches the rug and everything. It's got the sailboat painting and everything. Love that. And then yeah, those are probably my favorite collab sneakers. What was your first car like? I grew up in the country and my dad was a construction worker, so we always had trucks. So he owned the company and he would just buy trucks from his guys when they couldn't pay their note. And so we just had like 3 or 4 kind of beat up trucks, and the one that I got to drive and learn to drive on was a stick shift Mazda B4000, and it had big tires on it. It was actually a pretty sweet truck. It was red with like, it had some weird graphics on the side, and I love that truck. It was tough to learn to drive in though because it was rear wheel drive and it was stick, and I lived in the country where the roads weren't plowed. So in the winter, I was sliding all over the place. But that was a cool truck. It was dirty as hell, too. Did you go to prom? With who? And what did you wear? So I did go to prom. I went my junior and senior year. Junior year, I went with this girl named Megan. We were just friends. It was fun. We had a good time. I think that year I just wore like a regular like black tuxedo. And then the next year, my senior year, I went with my girlfriend Heather, and I wore like full 90s style. It was white and it didn't have like the lapels. It was just like the collar that went straight up. Very, very 90s, no tie, just like the little button here. And it was and then black and white spats for the shoes. There were that, and then I had like the big spiky punk rock hair, and it was I still think it looked good. I know you probably look at it, you'd be like, oh, why would you dress like that? But I mean, I basically, that tuxedo almost looked like LeBron's draft suit, where it was, the pants were so big. Like I don't know why pants were with that. We needed pants to be so big, but like the legs were just flowing like a gown almost. It was crazy. Is it possible to love more than one person at one time? Yeah, but don't let them find out about it. No, I think it's absolutely. I mean, especially I imagine in this case we're talking about romantic love, but I think you can love people romantically more than at one time. And I think people are really possessive about their love. And I think that's kind of an antiquated look at things, because I have friends that are in polyamorous relationships. And honestly, they're some of the happiest people I know because they learn to communicate so well, and they have to face their jealousy head on and then overcome it. Whereas a lot of people use their jealousy as almost a weapon against the person that they love. And a lot of times it destroys the relationship. So I think you can love people more than one person at one time, and but it's not for everybody either. But yeah. Did you have any crushes growing up? Yes, many. And they're usually, I mean, obviously there's the girls at school that I had crushes on, but like if we're talking like famous people that I had crushes on, I was born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s. So the ones that come to mind right away are Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell, and then Ashley from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because she was about my age and she was just so funny and cute, and just, oh, still to this day, she looks great. Right? I mean, she's still doing videos with Will Smith from time to time, and I'm like, oh, there's Ashley. Haven't seen Kelly Kapowski in a while, but I'm sure she looks great too. Can you take a compliment? I can take all the compliments. Please compliment me. I I might blush a little, but I'll like hearing it. Tell me I'm great. I love it. I don't, and I'll tell you you're great. I like telling people they're great. I want to make people feel good. Most people. When have you been generous? A lot. I've been generous. I like being generous. It makes me feel good. So I feel generous. I'm very generous with my girlfriend. I really like taking care of her and spoiling her and getting her presents and stuff like that. I raised stepkids as my own, so I've been very generous with them. Uh, probably too generous to their mom, honestly. But no, I'm cool with it. We get along. We're good parents together. We didn't stay together as a couple, but we're still really good parents together. So I think, raising kids that weren't biologically mine is pretty generous. But at the same time, I got so much back from them in return as far as love goes that I still feel like I need to do more. Have you ever been secretly happy at someone's misfortune? I mean, usually it's not a secret. If it's someone I don't like and they have some misfortune, I'll probably be vocal about it. Look, like if I don't like to be petty in that way, but if say there's a controversial quarterback for a sports team and he maybe has some allegations against him, and then on top of that he stinks, I have no problem publicly saying, "Good, good, take that." What's been the biggest lesson or challenge in parenting compared to how you were raised? I think communication, because I was raised in a way where it was what we say goes and that's that. And so you are conditioned to just kind of tell them what they want to hear. And had a much more open line of communication with my kids where I would tell them how I felt and how I think they, should be acting. But there was an openness where when things were really tough for them, they were willing to come to me and be open with me about some things that I definitely would have never been open with my parents about. So that was a really challenging thing. And it was challenging in a way where they told me stuff and I was like, "Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot." But hey, we'll get through it. And it made us closer and stronger as a family. What do you think happens after death? Honestly, I think it just fades to black. That's all I can know. But I also hope there's more. I hope there's more. I hope there's something enlightening and beautiful on the other side. But also, if you've ever had one of those naps where you pass out on a Sunday afternoon and it's just black, you're not dreaming or anything, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm late for the bus, but you're an adult and you don't you don't ride the bus anymore. That that blackness is pretty peaceful, isn't it? So if that's what it is, I'll enjoy that forever nap. I'll enjoy it quite well. Thanks for watching Forum 216. I'm Bill Squire. Check out my comedy specials on Amazon Prime. I got 3 comedy specials on Amazon Prime. If you're a member, you can watch them for free. And then come check me out all over Cleveland doing comedy. BillSquire.com. Appreciate you guys.